parsha Vayeitzei, Kaf Shin Ayin Tes. Vayeitzei Yaakov be'er Shem v'yolech alono. Yaakov leaves Be'er Sheva, he goes to Choron. Vayifker u'makoim v'yolon shom kivo hashemesh kivikach mi'avnei ha'mokoim v'yosem mirash u'isov v'yishkara b'makoim ahu. Now Avinu comes to a mokum gadol. He realizes whatever, he came back and he falls asleep, he goes to sleep. Vayishka, he goes to sleep without mokum. Chazal Rashi brings Vayishka l'mokum ahu lashon miut oisu mokum shochav. אבל י"ד שנים ששימש בבית אבל לא שוכב בלילה. He didn't lay down by night, so you always say Torah. Like Avinu, those Yudal Shon Shon Beis Ever, or Shochav B'Layla. He doesn't go to sleep at night, so you always say Torah, so you say Torah. Meredik Chazal, the Yaakov Avinu, after 63 years in the Chor, he was learning the whole time. He feels that he needs to go again. Last week Shmuez and Mahal, but now he feels he needs to go back again to a place of the Beis Medrash for another Yudal Shonim. This time it seems a diak over here because we didn't have this lush before, like shochav balayla. Avinu feels the need to turn on the learning a little bit more. Even when he was learning the 63 years, he wasn't sleeping too much either. Avinu was a masmid, Yeshiva, but this Yudal Shalom, he raised it to a different level. The shochav balayla, so Yeshiva b'tzorach le'ayin b'zeh. The end of the parsha, Vayeitzei, fascinating machshov at the end of the parsha, something that's so emistic. Parsha brings we go into the whole Maisa with Yaakov going to Beis Lavan. The whole story, he had to work 20 years to be able to be masik, everything that was there. So the Torah tells us over there that after 20 years of avodah in Beis Lavan, so he sees it's a time to leave. He feels it's time to leave. He calls out his wife to the Soda and he tells them it's time to get out of here. It's time to leave. And once it over a vort, Shimon Weintraub, not about a different, it was a mashkiach in Yeshiva's Tiferes, Shlita. See, once it over vort, what's the pshat Yaakov decided now is the time to leave? So it says in the pasuk, Vayom lahen lo yanuches bnei avichem. When he goes to lay, he calls them out to the field. It's time to pack out. It's time to get out of here. Why? I see the face of your father, It's not like it used to be. So he said a big Yisroel that Yaakov Avinu's tach was to go out. Bisvarm, obviously, and everybody has to go out in the world. The Yisroel that Dvarim is, or Yisroel is to be moitzi the Nesoisis, the Kedusha, and those Mekoimis. The Tzaddik is moitzi the Kedusha, the Yonif Kedusha, there's Kedusha in everything. Everything has Kedusha, but that's why we make a bracha. We moitzi the Knitzais of Kedusha. Rabbi Chaim said you have to understand why, but he says that Birchas Ilonish you shouldn't make on Shabbos. Because it's a Shabbos Boyer. We don't make a Shabbos. The Munich is not very, but you have to understand what he means. Why not every bracha? But you be more Vayeitzei with the Metzias of it. When the Moyes Chorek is good for the beard, you have to know it's not La'alta, maybe Yesh La'ayin and Sil's Boyer, but that's the Lush of the Rabbi Chaim. The Ben Ish Chai thing. So Ben Ish Chai says, the Rabbi Chaim wanted to say that the reason why you don't make Birchas Ilonish on Shabbos is moitzi the Netzais Kedusha. Every bracha that we make about that is the Netzais Kedusha, even in physical Zachem. So the Yisrael is to be moitzi the Netzais Kedusha to Tach. The Tzaddik Yaakov Avinu went to Chutz La'aretz. It wasn't Stam. He had to go out into the world and at the base law to moitzi the Netzais Kedusha. From love, from the whole moment to Matzah. How do you know that was finished? She said, "Where's the Yisroel of Kedusha by side?" When a person smiles, when a person's happy, when a person has happiness, when a person smiles, that comes from Koach HaKedusha. When a person is depressed, a person, you know where that comes from. Koach HaTumah. Koach HaKedusha. Vayar es pnei Lavan, v'nei enu kismo shul shoin. He saw the face of Lavan. He was depressed now. Oh. He saw that that's it. There's no more Netzais Kedusha. Time to get out of here. But Yaakov is in Beis Lavan 20 years. And he works hard. He decides to leave. Lavan catches up with him. And Lavan is giving Yaakov mamish. He's mamish upset with Yaakov. Hashem tells him, don't hurt him. But he's so upset. Why did you steal my trouble? The whole thing. And there's a whole interaction of here that's mamish unbelievable, Rabbi said. So the whole thing happens, he looks, he doesn't find anything, and Yaakov finally lets Lavan have it a little bit. Says to Yaakov's the Lavan, Yichal Yaakov, Ayor B'Lavan, Yam Yaakov, Ayor B'Lavan, Ma Pishi, Ma Chatosi, Ki Dolak Tacharai, okay, Yaakov didn't know, Ki Mishash, because Kol Kedem, Mat Matos, Kol Klei V'Secha. Did you find anything? Well, I'm a Ganav, you know me. Ze'esum Shana Nochi Yimoch, I was mamish so ehrlich with you, to the degree of truth. I took pit care of it. If I did, I paid for it my own money. At night I ate choyrev. During the day was choyrev, it was boiling hot. And I slaved over your sheep in the heat. Boiling hot, and I slaved over your sheep, and at night it was freezing. The kerach balayla, it was freezing to the degree of kerach. Ices. Vatida shnosim einai, I didn't sleep. I was such an erlecha with you. So yesum shom veisecha. It's 20 years in your house. About a ticha arbas v'shon b'shtei v'neisecha v'shei shonim b'tzoynecha. And what you do, v'tachal is maskurti ases moinim. Lavan's now, he says the answer. Lavan staring in the face of total 100% truth. 100%. There's nothing to bechad. He's talking to Yaakov. Yaakov knows what he did. Yaakov knows everything. And Lavan knew very well what he did. And Lavan knew the whole thing. What is Lavan's answer to this taina? He's staring totally in the face of 100% truth. What's his taina? Vayan Lavan. It's a pella de gezach, Rabbi say. It's a pella de gezach. It's such a musa haskel. Vayan Lavan vayomel Yaakov. Abonos benoisai. Abonim bonai. Vatzoin tzoini. V'chol asher roi alihu. It's all mine. I don't understand. What is wrong with this man? What is he, off his rocker? He just told you I worked 20, we made a deal. You told me to work for your daughters. You tricked me one time, okay, I worked 14 years. Oh, Shevet Shanim. Leah, okay, trick, we'll do it again. No, say to the daughters, Soin, He came all the Shvach. I said, Masker, 100%, take a halavai, he took all the cholim, the sick, and these sheep are limping on two legs, walking there, schlepping along over there with Yankov. Take them all, get them out of my flock, and cause disease to my flock, halavai, get them out of here. And Yaakov was Shat Shmat Hashem. So Yod steer it's MS, it's his, totally his. He worked for it totally. What's his answer to the question? No, what's 3 bono? What are you, crazy? What's wrong with you? Off your raka? Mamish Mashugina. What kind of the Torah writes it? It's a penalty. What kind of time is that? The tzoyni, we made a deal. I worked for your deal. Tzoyni. It's all yours, it's all mine. Understand? You're crazy. But the MS of Boisai is so MS. I think there's a chazal, if I remember correctly. But it's scarier, Boisai. It's a scary, scary thing, Boisai. But it's even more scary because the murder of the Meshech Chochma, it's Kedai to capture the Meshech Chochma. The parsha continues with the Hilig of Meshech Chochma at the end of the parsha. Vayash came, Lavan Baboikem. Lavan gets up in the morning, Vayinashek, he kisses his kids. Vayelech, Vayoshav, Lavan Lemkoyma. Lavan returns to his place. Meshech Chochma is oimin on what's the Yoshav Lavan Lemkoyma. The Hilig Meshech Chochma, Perush, Pshat and Torah. Meshech Chochma. Ki mish yesh lo ish kodesh ki Yaakov b'sech Pesach. The person has an ish kodesh in his house. Hello, royal is basei mimaisa v'chochmosa. The person has an ish kodesh in your house. It should be affected. It should have effect on the person. The person invites a tzaddik to his house. It's a different story, Rabbi Apelbaum. You have a tzaddik. It's a big thing to have a tzaddik in your house. Have a tzaddik in your house. It affects everybody around you. L'kaim by hoyach etzachom yachkam, pasuk in Mishlei. V'loi ken hoyach. K'sher holach Yaakov shov Lavan l'mekoyim ha'yisha. Lavan returns to the exact same spot. That's the leader of the Torah. Haina matzova oro b'deyes v'mido is ramai v'ohel momoi. V'yalach holach l'darkoi. Nay, Yaakov goes to his derech. Vayta mayla. Tzadikim, Morris says, say prochas amachdalet. They keep going higher and higher, and I wanted to attack if he said it's name and doing it, but later on. But Lavan, the Gemara says, Bilam who Lavan. Bilam is Lavan. What steht after the ganze Meister by Lavan also? This is my whole stuff in the Meshech Chochma, doesn't bring it over there. But in parshas, everybody knows where the parsha of Bilam is, parshas Breishis, right? Parshas Bilam, in parshas Balak, the other book it says, Vayoshav Bilam returns to his place. What's the word? Bilam swore how the Bereshim showed him that you are not in control of your mouth, you're not in control of anything. It should have been the murder lesson. Everybody said to Bilam, he should have learned something. He had Kerch HaNevuah and he saw they try to curse, and it doesn't work, man. You can't do nothing. The Bereshim doesn't want. So what's the whole lesson? Vayoshav Lavan. You say that's the word. Everybody said once for a brev. He said over. That's the Taich boys that says at the end of the Megillah's Esther, boys, we gotta have something to look forward to. Purim's coming. Anyway, but the Maisa it says at the end of the Megillah, boys, stay at the end of the Megillah. The 10th pair of the Megillah makes no sense. At least the pair. Vayosam Achashverosh Mas Aliyah Yom. Yisrael makes the Mas. It could be. It's probably from the Gra. This part because the brother Shuman was all from the Gra. He made a Mas. He made a tax on all the Medinas Miyayam. So what's the pshat? So I think the first will say that what was this tax for? Because the Gemara says Vanochol HaMedinas also. When Achashverosh was making the beauty pageant, so he picked Esther. So he took that Esther. Esther became his malka, but he didn't know which Medina was for, where she was from. She didn't tell him the Esther. So what happened? Hanochol, he made a hanocha for the Medinas. He made a hanocha for all the Medinas because he was still there. If he left, it's not hanocha, she'll start saying something. So he made a hanocha. Now he realizes she told him, that's who she's from. Now she knows from the years, so I gotta get my money back. Money back guarantee. You gotta get it back. Okay, it's a nice word. What's the point of this? The point is murder. We go through Megillah's Esther, and what do we see? By Yehuda Ma'aseh, such a chizik of Emunah B'Hashem. The Bereshim's name is not mentioned in the Malbi. You see unbelievable Hashgacha, probably one of the north. From that you should be able to grow. From after you see the Megillah, you should mamish dance talk in the street. The Bereshim Hashkocha Pratis, the Bereshim's running the world. What does Achashverosh learn from the whole thing? I learned one thing. I lost my money. And he gotta get money back. Her money. That's all he learned. That's the Yisoid. Love on is with Ishka, but I want to say even more about something. The Yisoid over here is so erlich, and this is the word Rabbi said. It's scary, it's very scary, Rabbi said. The Yisoid is that we're learning from this parsha, Rabbi said. Love on is love on Haramai. He was the trickster, the biggest trickster and sheker, and everything he did was with shtick and with trickery and with sheker and with just trying to deceive. Everything was deceitful and everything was trying to get a serious moment 100 times. Mamish every time was another trick, another shtick, another zah. Hashem Yirachim, when a person is not an erlecha, it doesn't only affect how he deals with Basoif, he's not erlich with himself. He's a Ramay al-Atzma. And the opportunity when the MS hits him, when the MS hits you right in the face, it's so clear. Avanaticha, Yaakov saying 100%, this is the whole truth and nothing but the truth, and staring you in the face. But if you learned and you continue to be a Ramay, the Ramoyas will not only fool everybody, but you'll fool yourself, and that's the most scariest thing about that. To be a fool, somebody else, okay, you fooled it, but don't fool yourself, to quote Shakespeare, I don't know, quote it, to thine own self be true. The only thing that you have to be true is to yourself. You have to be true to others also, but it gets that rottenness, that core of rottenness, if you're not true to yourself, Hashem Yirachim, it's over. There will be to the point of no return. Vayoshav, love in the Mekayma. He was with the MS. We would just take off when the Meshachach was born. He saw the MS. The MS was clear 100%, and there was an opportunity to realize the MS and make a different thing, not make a galei, not make a pact with the whole thing to be kindled of the Yaakov. No, we're not doing it anymore. Only pragmatia, but they're not having any kesher with Yaakov. And when he went over, says Chazal, the Medrash says that when he went over, so much so that he licked in his bones, the Ramoyes and the Sheker, that when he went over, to go over to curse Klal Yisrael, he was banging into walls with both sides. Says the Medrash, in Parshas Balak, what was that wall? That was the Gal 8. So the Medrash, that was the Gal 8. And it was banging him because, don't be a nincompoop. At the end of the day, you made a pact, you're not going to Rosh. So it is Mars, I'm not going to Rosh, you fooled yourself. I'm going really to, I want to give blessing to Klal Yisrael. But he only fooled himself because he was trying to remember. But it doesn't help Rabbi Yisrael. Shov the Mekayim Rabbi Yisrael. I go work a little commercial because I want to say the Fizem Murray to get tight. This year hit me in the Shov the Mekayim. I'll be the Meshach Chachma. It's not another tight Rabbi Yisrael. Steht doch bei Avram Rabbi Yisrael. It's a penalty. By Avram it says Avram davened by the Parshas Lech Lecha. Rabbi Yisrael all the way back. I don't want to try to cause a headache in the brain. So much memory was a long time ago. But the Ma'aseh Parshas Lech Lecha says Avram davened. He heard about the story and he went to daven. Hey, Ulai. What does it say afterwards? Va'avram shov l'mkoyim. You would think after Avram worked so hard. He worked so hard to daven. And the person, no! What would that do to a person? No, go off the derech, has b'shalom, have kindness. Avram shov l'mkoyim, Amunah shleim. He returned to the exact place in Amunah he was holding before, the opposite over there. He had to know from the Bereshim. He tried so hard. He was nigash, the Mulchama, with all Zachin, commercial for the Meshach Chachma. He received everything. He came to the Bereshim, nigash Elov, with such tefillas and everything. The Bereshim said, no business, Avram. There's no, what can I do for you? There's no tzaddikim. Avram shav l'mkoyim fakir. He returned to the exact place in the moon that he was before. He didn't stand one bit. He knew that the Bereshim, a father could say no also. If the Bereshim knows better than me. So it's no. Back to L'mkoyim. That's the title of the Shav L'mkoyim by Avram. Oh, but here Shav L'mkoyim, the few was saying, the boy said, take all the Meshach Chachma. He returned to the exact, no, Ashpo, the emes is in your face. You're staring at the truth with yourself. It's Yaakov's Bonai. It's Yaakov's B'nai. It's Yaakov's son. What's your answer? Say a svara. Now why do you know? What's your svara? No, nothing. Blank. What's going on over here? The teretz is he fooled everybody, but he fooled everybody so much that he fooled himself. He fooled himself in every which way that everything was sheker, total 100 sheker. Yaakov Avinu is going to Beis Lavan. He knows he has to go to Beis Lavan. And he knows Laban is not the most ehrlich guy on his side. He knows he's a trickster. Rashi says they came, they told Leah, he met at the well, you're not going to be able to think. Don't worry. Ochivani, I'm ready to handle it. He knew about his Ram. And Yaakov was very afraid of us. He was really afraid of us. Avadi prepared himself 63 years learning Torah. But now he has to prepare himself for the Alma de Shikra. But not the Alma de Shikra. The Alma de Shikra, Sheba Shikra. He's going mamish into the lion's den of Sheker. The man who's so obsessed with Sheker and with trickery that he even is going to fool himself. And there he has to go into such a world and say, go come out. He used to say, Lovon Garti, the Sayeg Mr. Mishamarti. It says in parsha Vayishlach, right? I live with Lord Chaim Mr. Shamarti. V'lo lamarati milova. What does that have to say? V'lo lamarati milova. It says he kept the mitzvahs. So to Rudimin, v'lo lamarati milova, that even the mitzvah itself there was no shtick. I could have done the mitzvahs, but there's, I came in by Yishtabach, and I said some words, put on my tefillin, I got it out. I did the mitzvah, but shtick. The mitzvah was done. Shtickery. It was a shtickery mitzvah. And I got the mitzvah out. The Ani came by, frisked yourself, and then pulled out a 10 agarot from your back pocket. Meanwhile, there's 200 shekel in your front pocket. You say you did it. You tricked him, Baruch Hashem, and you did the mitzvah. But it was a shtick. Was it erlich? Or was the mitzvah 100% erlich? Were you erlich with your friends? Were you erlich with your wife? Were you erlich? Sheker, total sheker. What's a shtick or trick? So this is Pshat Lo L'Mayati Beis Lavan. Yaakov has to go into that world of himself. Has he prepared himself? Has Yaakov been prepared for a world of total sheker, total ramois? Rabbi Yerucham, the Mir, once walked into the Beis Medrash. He picked up a chumash, a bible. You know what that is? Bible. He picked up the Chamisha Chumshi term. He said, where is there a book? Where is there a safe in the entire world that's 100% truthful? MS. David Amel says in the end of Tillim, David Amel says the pasuk in Tillim, Sheker sonesi v'seroscha ahavti, Sheker sonesi v'asoeva. I hated Sheker, and it was an abomination to me. Torah and Sheker have no makom together, boy side. Sheker sonesi is the only way to have shayas to Torah, boy say if it's MS. Moshe MS, v'serosa MS. Because it comes to the Bereshon who's chosamay MS. So Meila Yaakov realized that he has to delve into Torah, to a madregas of Torah, a different level. Then he becomes so imbued with Torah. There's no mokkah for sheker. There's no mokkah for shtick. And if it has to be ramois, it's al pi Torah. But that's his mazbah. There's sometimes that is MS. Gemara in Yisubis 17a. Mishalokach mekachro kalanov v'chasuda. She looks like the back of a bus. Kalanov v'chasuda. Mashor says because to this guy you can't imagine why, but she looks nice. I don't know what he sees. When did he get his last eye checkup? But anyway, what does she see? Or the other way around, what does she see in this guy? He could barely sit on one chair by the Shabbat Brachas. They put him 2 or 3. Maybe we can get him on that chair. She's, not that big. So they have to have 2 automobiles, not for convenience, just for weight. But anyway, last time they went in the car, all 4 tires, bro. He got into the seat and but she's in love with him. What does she see in him? I don't know. There's a lot to love. Anyway, Bekitza, but the Ma'aseh Shlita Shel, so she has to say Shapchanu, the Gemara says. Why? The Mashal says, because Magabi him, she found favor. So there is Ma'al, the Torah gives us guidance and how that also. That's the right, that's Emes, the Fidabah. Over the Ma'aseh Torah is Emes. And Yaakov Avinu understood that that's the only way to deal with a love, and that's Lav Choch L'Darkoi. The Lamad based love, and he went through all those 20 years of Chalani Choyre Ve'erlichkeit. Adasof, we learned Hilchos Shoyim from Yaakov Avinu. The Hilchos Shoyim, the Torah was guiding us, because that's the Torah boys that lived. He lived with the Torah already. The Torah was in him. Hilchos Shoyim, you have to be so medayik. You take something from somebody else, you have to be so careful with somebody's possessions. Achalani Choyre, because that's Torah boys. The Erlichkeit and Emeskeit ad has spitz boys. And that's what Yaakov Avinu understood boys. That's what he has to be involved with. Maybe go more into what sleep is again. Sleep is the shat, the shikru, whatever. That's a different shmuz. I want to get into that now. Because a man is made 2 feet, but he's supposed to be standing, not shochav. Shochav is not. It's more Tiferes. We're not going to that now. But because he wanted to totally imbibe himself with the mitzias and the midah of MS, and that there should be no mokoim. That he should be full in loimarati based law, tzayim mitzvah shamor, the loimari based law. And this is the musa haskell that we have to understand about Isaac. The fringe benefit, as we call it, but it's more than that about Isaac. And the problem is about Isaac. This is the biggest problem about Isaac. We fooled the Rosh Yeshiva. We did it because we had that other phone. I know Rabbi Matis got my phone, Baruch Hashem. Rabbi Matis got my phone, and he filtered it with this little filter. And I got a second phone. I got a second phone, it's in my underwear, in the dormitory. And he's not going through my underwear. No one goes through my underwear, even my mother. So the mashkia is not going through it. And in the middle of the night, he thinks, that's what Nets Park. Everything I have on it. Hallelujah! Who's he fooling, Rabbi Sai? Who's he metamin? Only himself, Rabbi say. He fooled everybody, the mashkiach, the Rosh Yeshiva, his father, his mother, his grandmother, even asked him, how you doing? I'm doing great, I even have a kosher phone for the mashkiach! What is that? And on the other line, he's with another woman. Not his grandmother, his first cousin. That's what he told the Rosh Yeshiva, again, tricking the Rosh Yeshiva. He's so great, what a trickster! He's trickster! He fooled the Rosh Yeshiva with my first cousin! My aunt, my grandmother! Where is your grandmother? And who did he fool, Rabbi Stein? No one but himself. He messed up his mind, he messed up his brain. And instead of being in the Beis Medrash and mamish soaking up the MS and living a life, they get for your generation live a truthful life and be happy with yourself, because at the end of the day, the trickster, he lives a life of he knows himself, he fools himself to the point where he gets depressed from him. Because at the end of the day, everybody wants to be truthful. You have a neshama. The Gemara says, the Maral says that we have a thing called guilt, Rabbi Sa. Where does that come from? Where does guilt come from? You ever see a lion? He just teared apart. He just brought up with a nice deer, and it wasn't so much high deer. It was by deer. And he ripped off the head of us. You ever see him sitting there like, how did I do such a thing? With his paw. Why is the lion not upset? He just killed a deer with all these little kindlech. He's enjoying lamb chops right now, or deer chops. What's the pshat? So the Maral says, the Gemara says in Nidal Amid that when a person comes down to this world, he makes a shvuah that I'm going to be a tzaddik. He makes a shvuah, he's going to be a tzaddik. That shvuah, says the Maral, is why we have guilt. When we came down to this world, we made a shvuah that we're going to be a tzaddik. We're going to be good. We're going to be good people. So when we fool ourselves, when we have guilt of us, it's because we're not being emes with ourselves. And all the trickery and the shtick, Rabbi side, you're not fooling anybody but yourself. You'll come back one day and you realize, what did I do? What did I do? You come back to Yeshiva, I had so much time, I could have accomplished, I could have done it, I could have been who knows what. And here I was fooling myself, telling the Rosh Yeshiva, yeah, don't worry, Rebbe, I get to bed by 12 o'clock every night. What's wrong with your watch? You have to check it. 12 o'clock, don't worry, yeah, I'm in bed every night at 12. I don't know who taught you number, how to read the clock. 12 o'clock, every night I'm in bed. He might be, then he's in his bed with that other phone till 4 in the morning. I don't really understand why I'm so tired. Can't figure it out. It's very hard for me to figure out, Rebbe. I went to sleep so early last night. You see his eyes all red. It's very hard to see. And Hashem came to the Ben Olam Shmuez, so he doesn't turn on the lights, at least not every night. And he goes into bed with that small machine, and his eyeballs are red like anything. I went to bed early. I had to finish a few episodes, that's all. Shem Yerachon, but it's in every real life to be truthful 100%. Is it Erlich 100%? The Torah is the guidebook of Rabbi, and so many people could grow so much more with not Erlich. Is it good for me to be in this place, in this room? Is it good? Be honest. Let's be honest. Let's forget about this. Telling the Rosh Yeshiva, I really believe it's good for me. Yeah, and you're not doing anything. So why is it good for you? But you're not being honest with yourself. And that's why we live in a world. We live in a world that's so fake. We live in a world that's all sheker, and it gets so deep into us. The whole world of Hollywood, sheker upon sheker, it's unbelievable. The world of Hollywood, that's what the oil's into. Even the Jews, we got into it. Forget Jews made the Hollywood. But the Jewish people follow the Hollywood, all the kids, it's sheker, there's no truth. That blood is ketchup, Heinz. He got shot in the stomach. Whoa! Oh, see the guy gets some tissues. Minnie Mouse died. Mickey's so upset. See people in the crowd crying. It's fake. 100% fake. What are you crying about? There's no guy dead, there's no story over here, it's fake. But we live in that world on this side. Everything, the billboards. Smoke Kent. The guy, a big guy, and somebody's next to him. That makes you want to smoke Kent. You think if you smoke Kent, you get that. Ma'an Yishmita Tzal Sinai, Rashi, Bahar, Ma Kesher. But you smoke Kent, you get this. Whatever, Lucky Drip, whatever it's called. Whatever cigarette it's called, they had a picture of a cowboy with somebody next to him. They have a big billboard. That's it. Drink Coke. It's the real, this is life. Big billboard. You live in a world where the whole world, that whole world, the society, is one big deceitful thing. Well, all these things could cause problems in a person's body, but they're telling you it's the greatest thing in the world. Giant billboard, Coca-Cola, this, that. Was it good for you? Not necessarily, but it's life. And you have fake news and fake everything. Everything's fake. The world is alma de shikra, be'etza, but they mamish bring it out of the maisa, and you live in that world. So your whole life becomes one big life of sheker. And you wake up one day and say, it's not true. The whole thing is fake. It's one big fake. One big show. One big Hollywood show movie. You wake up and your life is gone, and you waste your whole life on one big sheker. And you have an opportunity. The emes is trying to hit you in the face. Let's not shove them koyim. Let's take a lesson for the Torah. It's going to involve deep in the Torah, Rabbi say. And everybody in their own lives, there's areas where they can improve, Rabbi say, in the emes, to be totally erlich, Rabbi say. Whether it's in the learning also, Rabbi say. You say as far as sometimes it's not emes. So don't try to go weiter with the svara, it's sheker. So drop it. The svara you say in the learning is not true, so drop it. You want to be zerchet the Torah, you have to look with the Torah's emes, you have to be able to makabel. Rav Shach was Rosh Yeshiva, and there's all the years already. And he got up to say a Shir Kloli, which Shir Kloli used to work for a long time on. The whole Tuesday he couldn't talk to him. He gave Shir in the afternoon, he couldn't talk to him the whole day Tuesday until he gave the Shir. No one could come in. The Prime Minister, I don't care the Prime Minister, I'm giving Shir Kloli today. They have to talk to you about the vote, get your vote. Not on Tuesday. No politics Tuesday. And Shach would prepare the Shir hours and go over every svar, and he got up once and he gave the Shir to a 17-year-old boy, a Bonaventure young kid, threw out a question. And Shach had prepared the whole Shir. So he could have said, Lav Davka. Good catch, but Lav Davka. The Shach closed the Gemara. Emes. The whole Shir is gone. He walked off the stage in front of everybody. The Shir Shlomo Zalman Auerbach also, when he was getting his first Stella, he got the interview. Shlomo Zalman decided he needed to finance his mishpacha. So he had an opportunity either to be a dayan and the best in that God, or to become he got offered to be a Rosh Yeshiva of Kol Torah, back for God. So Shlomo Zalman, they said the problem is going to be you got to give a Shir Kloli in front of the Rosh Yeshivas. Shlomo Zalman is a God, a Chacham, Sheba Chachamim. He got up, he said the Shir Kloli. One of the Rosh Yeshivas asked the Shah the Shir. Shlomo Zalman, his whole family was riding on it. He didn't know for sure. Could be he's not going to have the shtel, he'll lose the money. Shlomo Zalman said, "This gerech, you're right." Shlogged up the Shir. He's going to lose the job now. They gave him the job because they realized Torah is emes. And if we more and more we create into the Torah and we look for the emes of Vayeitzei, our lives will change. It'll be a life changer. If you let the Torah polish and let the Torah itself govern your emes of Vayeitzei, you become a different man. Your whole material will change. You stop fooling yourself. You realize what you're here for. You realize what life's about. So we have the opportunity to take these svarim, which we know is 100% emes, and make it life changer. We can be shoved them. Go back to our beds again. Very nice Shmuez, Rebbe. I'll come back next week. I hope it's more. I hope put in the shape of next week. It's very nice Shmuez, but we need that shaitel back. We want to laugh even more. But I said to think a little bit. I said, now to shove them to realize that we have to look for the emes in our lives. Are we doing what we can do? Are we getting up in the morning when we can get up? We can come to Shaz. Are we going to sleep on time? Are we doing what we're supposed to do? We're doing it, Rabbi Say. Everybody has to make that cheshbon atzmi, but be truthful, Rabbi Say. And if I'm not, okay, maybe I can't do it, but be truthful. Don't make some cockamamie excuse. You know, my great-grandmother came to me in a dream last night. She told me it's very healthy for you to sleep more. She came to me, she spoke to the very other himself. And she said, me being a good great-grandmother, I came here in a dream to tell you that you have to sleep more. Tell the Rosh Yeshiva, it's a nevuah from the Rebbeinu Shalom himself. He said to me, your great-grandma, Sarah Rivka Bas Leah, I came here to tell you in a dream, just keep on sleeping. I have so much nachas from you. You've slept already 2 years in Yeshiva. I can't be getting any more nachas than I'm getting from you. You miss shachas every day, and it's so beautiful. And I'm here to tell you that I love you for that great thing you're telling me. So when the voice said, but to be truthful 100%, what's the truth? And if we're truthful to ourselves, voice said, it's a life changer, a game changer. We live a life and we improve it, voice said. But if we always make excuses and say terutzim, so we're fooling. You're not fooling the Yeshiva also, because he knows deep down what's going on, voice said. And he says he knows when you're going out to Malava Malka, it's not Malava Malka, it might be Malava Sarah, not Malava Malka. But at the end of the day, we say it's not emes, and if it's not emes, so what are you going to gain from it? You might have got it out with the Yeshiva, but yourself will never improve. It'll be shavdim koymer. Let's not be a shavdim koymer. Let's go and reach our destiny. Let's reach our tachlis. Let's reach all the yisoides that we can accomplish in this world. Our tachlis in this world. But Yaakov Hoch L'Dagim should be zoicha to climb the ladder, the sulam, mutzavaz v'roishim agia shomayim, be zoicha to reach our tachlis Chaim and do a nachas ruach l'yotzvah.